Well, hello there. This is me, the weird guy who made the videos of me shadowboxing. I don't know. I'm gonna talk about some things. Some things there. Um. So basically, it was just a very weird phenomenon in Canada, and I'm just gonna say it straight up because, like, I don't really give a care or hoot, but it's just a spirituality matter, and it's just kind of like people don't really reciprocate well to it. I don't know why. And, you know, how do I concisely say such things? Um, it's basically the talk of like the pineal gland and whatnot. The pineal gland in charge of our reflexive motor stimulus. The stimulus that is tied to also our muscle coordination. And science has they have no idea of like what the pineal gland is, but to be honest, I know it's in charge of our reflexive movement, so I don't know what to say. There are too many things that are unexplained in this world, and it's just like, I'm just straggling on for 2 minutes, but fuck it, like, like what else are you gonna do? Everybody's scared of like mentioning spiritual subjects in public around here in Canada, at least like in Vancouver and shit. It's so weird. Like people think just probably a bunch of weird shit in general, but I mean, like, you mentioned something like the third eye, like, vision, like, vision as in the sixth sense vision, the vision tied to everything else, like, it's just weird, man. And they say the pineal gland is the third eye, but it's just not. That's not what it is. Like, if you listen to new age rap music, like, holy shit, we got people talking about that spiritual sense and fucking shooting guns and fucking doing crazy shit, man. Like, you know what I mean? It's fucked up. But, I listen to that type of music and, like, I absorb the knowledge of some sort from it in a beneficiary state because I'm a smart enough person to. But I don't know, I just realized I'm trailblazing around the subject. That's another thing that happens a lot quite frequently, is people like to talk around the subject whenever it doesn't interest them. I don't know what the fuck that's about. People need to be more straightforward, because that's how confusion is bred and created. Confusion is bred and created when you use psychological tactics, or so they say, like that. But I'm just an honest person telling the truth on this matter. And another theory to support this, forsaking science in actuality, is that I can tell when someone's intently staring at you, right? Like across the room, someone's staring at you with a menacing look, or they're staring at you in any type of manner. Just, there's this sense you pick up. Deers have this sense. Okay, elk have this sense. Humans have the sense because we know that another human is a human. Now, deer and elk have the sense where if they pick up on the scent, or they pick up on any type of, I guess, I don't even know how to explain this because I don't know the science behind it. It's just the viscosity of like another animal, they instantaneously know it's one of their kind, right? So with that stare, you know how quotes go and shit like that, where people can breed a contagious energy and just like carry it with them? Yeah, that shit's true, man. Shit's very true. Like someone across the street, as an example, could be staring at you for a second. You stare at them, and you both acknowledge each other, right? You walk across the street, you're walking towards that person, they're staring at you, you all of a sudden look up, you're staring at them. Why? Because you're in motion, so you're sensing the mass around you. You know what I mean? I could get into the complexities of this, but I don't want to. You know? Like, the controlled movement and hearing of basically the vibration of frequency, because everything is frequency. When you take a step in the water, someone's gonna hear that shit, right? It's no different in a complicated environment where frequencies are bouncing around each other, right? You're gonna pick up on that if your brain's in tune with that shit or you're smart enough to. There's no science behind it, there's no debate. That shit's true. Ninjas probably had that back in the day too, that certain sense. Where they sense fucking frequency and shit like that. But who's to say? I'm just some 22-year-old. I'm just theorizing right now. And if I'm smart enough to theorize this shit, then in essence, throughout all the bullshit I'm saying, and even acknowledge that I'm bullshitting right now, there is some truth in what I'm saying. So, I don't know. We live in weird times, travelers. You know? Even if a car is silent, too, you pick up on where an object is in your view without knowing it's there, too. In a life or death situation, the body is like a computer. It kicks into overdrive when a certain stress level is reached or limit is reached, or something like that happens. It literally is like a computer that functions. And when the overdrive happens, like I just said, your senses pick up on things very sensitively. I mean, some people can punch and put their fist back, kind of like a sidearm draw, in like the blink of a fucking eye. So who's to say that we can't sense vibration and frequency? That shit makes no sense to there. Or that shit makes no sense there whatsoever. It's called logical fallacy, and a lot of people like to play that game of logical fallacy too. I can literally break down everything I do and say, not because I'm a weird character. I am a weird character, but I'm also a smarter person because I'm getting older and I'm not getting dumber. So, I think I'm just gonna keep this blog for me. Vlog, not blog.